NASCAR 26's announcement is finally imminent. We just in the last hour got a post from NASCAR 25, or well, NASCAR 26, the game now, on Twitter. A little quick 9-second video of them doing like showing the wheels spinning, and then it ends with the date of the announcement, which is this week, June 18th, 2026. Now, also on top of that, Joseph Sirigli on Twitter also expanded and said NASCAR's media availability schedule says that the NASCAR 26 cover reveal will be taking place on that same date from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in San Diego. I can confirm, actually, I was invited to the event, but unfortunately, I will not be able to actually attend. But really cool that we're getting some news now on finally, NASCAR 26 coming out. Them announcing the game in the middle of June is quite a bit earlier than it was in 2025. It's coming out basically about a month earlier. So I also wonder if that means that NASCAR 26 is maybe on pace to release maybe a month or so earlier than NASCAR 25. Of course, NASCAR 25 came out in October. Maybe we could be looking at a September release here for NASCAR 26, which when, we were getting the Heat games, it always felt like September was the usual month for the NASCAR games coming out. So it seems like just by an earlier announcement, maybe we're kind of on track to kind of get back to that normalcy. But what do I expect? I think we're simply just going to get the cover reveal, which is what the event's all about. And on top of that, I think we'll also just, maybe get an official announcement with a release date for NASCAR 26. And I think that's probably all we're going to get. I don't know. Will they go in and will they maybe start talking about features right away? Maybe like a few big features that are coming to the game to kind of, get you interested right off the bat. That's certainly something that could happen. There is so many flaws with NASCAR 25 that if I'm NASCAR 26, I'm kind of wanting to put it out as soon as possible, being like, hey, we fixed this. This is going to be better. We got this coming into the game. We don't want to make you guys wait. We want to let you know right now. So we'll wait and see what happens there. But now that we know this is coming, I also just want to take a few minutes to kind of talk about what we need out of this game, because there's a lot. There is a lot that we need out of NASCAR 26. And the main things being improvements and fixes from the previous game. And on top of that, we need crossplay. We need crossplay for NASCAR 26. We need as well, like I just said, a lot of fixes for AI pitting, AI pit strategy are kind of the two main things I would really like to see fixed. The AI, running a lot of AI fixes really in NASCAR 26, I think should be, one of the biggest priorities, because, again, I've said this many times and I'll keep reiterating this because it's so important for this game, is we can't just have the same drivers winning every single race. Last season in my career mode that I just did on NASCAR 25, it was just the same winners over and over again. Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, William Byron, and Ryan Blaney. Those four drivers won like 20 plus races combined of the 36 on the season. And now that I've started my third season of the career mode, I know that's probably going to happen again. And again, the AI pit strategy is really dumb. There's times where if they were to pit, they would easily make it to the end of a stage, for example, but they just elect to not make that pit stop and then have to pit under green and go 2 laps down while I pit and not go to the end of the race or end of the stage and take an easy stage win, for example. On top of that, we also have the issue, in the pit lane for the player. So the player can get stuck in their pit box while the AI are just rolling past them. The main issue for that is the player truck or car is stopped because they're waiting for the other AI to get out of their path. That's why they're not pulling out, because there's other AI coming in that lane, so they don't want to be pulling out the player in that lane. That's something that it needs to be fixed, because it's so bad. I have had moments where I have sat in my pit box for 10 extra seconds before and lost a massive amount of positions and time and literally had races ruined because of that. Another AI issue, the crashing. 9 times out of 10, the AI are going to crash right around you. And that's something that needs to be fixed. It needs to be, like I know scripted cautions are, or scripted incidents like tire failures and stuff like that. That's pretty well how you have to do it in a NASCAR game, because if you rely on natural crashes, it's pretty hard to pull that off. And even the F1 games, they're scripted, with mechanical failures or spins and stuff like that. And that's just kind of the way the racing games have to do it. But in NASCAR 25, they occur always right around the player, except for the odd one that happens on in somewhere you can't really see, but it's very, very rare. But 9 times out of 10 it's happening literally like right beside you, right behind you, or right on your front nose. And that is just so immersion breaking when I go and do a race, and it just continuously, all the chaos happens right where I just so happen to be, and it's very annoying, and it gets, like I said, very immersion killing very quick. So a lot of the main things that need to be fixed for me is just the AI, and of course new features. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure they're going to be giving us plenty of features with this game, and new features, I should say. I'm hoping that the career mode is a lot more in-depth, because the career mode was a good start. NASCAR 25 overall was a solid start for this new franchise. And the career mode, though, it gets pretty stale after, honestly, it gets stale before you even reach the Cup Series, to be fully honest, and that's kind of the annoying part. And, nothing's more frustrating than when I'm working my way up the ranks of ARCA through the trucks to O'Reilly, and, for example, in the Truck Series, I win 3 races in that season and finish second in the points. Okay, whatever. Corey Heim won 11 races in a championship, and because of the lack of a silly season, Corey Heim stuck in the Truck Series for the remainder of the career mode. No, he's lighting the world on fire, but he's not getting to move up the ranks with me. So I am hopeful the number one feature we get in career mode is a silly season, because it adds playability, that long-term playability that will keep myself and other players as well engaged in the game long-term. So that's kind of the number one feature that I'm looking for. League tools are something that would be very beneficial to everybody. So I am hopeful they do something with that, and as well to kind of expand on multiplayer. Let's get a feature to where if someone is a lap down, they are ghosted. They are ghosted, because that would eliminate pretty well all trolling. The trolls would maybe get one chance when they're not a lap down to try and cause chaos, but as soon as they go lap down, they're ghosted. It immediately ruins everything for them. I know, of course, yeah, it's not realistic, of course, but it's more of a, maybe make it an option. Make it an option for a lobby if they want to ghost lap cars, and then therefore you no longer have to worry about trolls ruining your races the entire time. Those are kind of the main things for me, like the main fixes and a couple of main features that I am hopeful that we get in NASCAR 26. Of course, I don't know if we're going to hear about any of these potential features or and whatnot on this Thursday reveal, but what we do know is we will get the cover reveal, and I am excited. I am excited for that. My opinion is the cover should always be like the defending champion of like your sport, or like, I guess since we have like maybe all the series, maybe the defending champion of all 3 series, I don't know. But either way, I think it should be the defending champion, in my opinion, no matter what. So we'll see who's going to be on the title cover. And yeah, of course, want to hear your thoughts down below. Sorry that I kind of turned this into a bit of a ramble video, but as soon as I get talking about NASCAR 26, a lot of my opinions kind of start flooding out, and I have to make them known. So that does it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. I'll see you guys Thursday, where we will, of course, cover the whole cover reveal and everything. All right, take care. Goodbye.